All right, so we can go for the evangelist next. So as you probably remember, our great spear, I tried to redo it, but it's still not wonderful. You can get the point. Okay, so this is our, it's great. This is our spear. So at the tip of the spear is the evangelist. So we're going to talk about the evangelist next. The evangelist is the point of the spear. They go into the dark places. So if you think about a spear piercing flesh, the point goes in first and does the damage, right? And the sharp edge on the side, the apostles and prophets, they follow up right behind the point. They assist the evangelist. The evangelist goes in first. They bring the gospel message of being born again. So people get born again. Then the apostle and prophet come. They lay the right foundation. And then they hand them off after a while to the pastor who will shepherd them. And we'll talk about the pastors soon. And then the teacher behind that. But this is the spear. So at the tip of the spear, these evangelists are in a very unique position. Their authority is not like the authority of any of the other fivefold. Their authority is over the demonic. And you might say, well, we all have authority over the demonic. You do.
It's true.
You absolutely do.
Yep.
But the evangelist has like a fire in them to go after the demonic. And this includes sickness, because sickness is from the devil. It's a work of the devil. It's not from God. So they really have a fire in them to go after this. It's like exciting for them to do it. And the demons are afraid. The Lord said that demons tremble when there's an evangelist around, because they know that they're going to be targeted and kicked out. And so the evangelist is very flashy, powerful gifts. They work in miracles, gifts of healings, words of knowledge, words of wisdom. And gift of faith often goes with the gifts of healing for them. They're really desirable people to be around. If you're wanting somebody to come in and speak to your group, generally people pick an evangelist because they're exciting. But they're in a unique position as far as authority goes. They're under the apostles and prophets, all apostles and prophets, but they're specifically under the apostle and prophet whose territory they're working in. So sometimes evangelists will travel, and where they travel to, like if they're traveling from Kentucky to Tennessee, they're going to move from the apostle under Kentucky and come under the apostle under Tennessee while they're ministering there. And then wherever they go next, they'll come under that particular apostle, maybe of a city or whatever, not necessarily be in contact with the state apostle. But apostles and prophets will also, and pastors, will ask for the assistance of evangelists quite often when they need it. So if an apostle was traveling somewhere and they wanted an evangelist to open up their meeting to bring in the lost before they started preaching their message that the Lord gave them, they might request the assistance of an evangelist, maybe one in the area, or they might ask somebody to come from a different area and join them there, in which case that evangelist would come under that apostle's authority while they're ministering there.
Yeah, and I can just see that, like, the evangelist too coming to a group of churches, and these churches need to be built up in the Spirit. Mm-hmm. And this evangelist can bring fresh faith, fresh excitement, fresh
fire.
Yeah, let's go with that. and amp up the faith in an area just by maybe telling about their experiences as an evangelist. The things that the Lord does through them are absolutely incredible. If there was one of the fivefold that you would see all of them doing their job, you would want to be the evangelist, because they're working in the prophetic, words of knowledge, words of wisdom. They're working in the gifts of healing, the power of deliverance is happening. It's just a sight to see, and they carry that with them wherever they go. They they carry the excitement of the spirit, the fire that's in them. You can call it fire, you can call it excitement, but it is an air that they carry you don't see too often in the other fivefold offices. It's one time I asked the Lord about that, and He said, "Yeah, He hooks them up to jumper cables every morning and gives them a zap as they wake up, and that's the way they go through their day." So it's just, evangelists are amazing and absolutely critical to the fivefold ministry.
Mm-hmm. So what they do after they get someone saved is they send them into the house churches so that they can be built up. Most of the time, the evangelist work is done outside of the church. But like Kirk said, they do come in and bring testimony of what's going on, and it builds people's faith. Yep. And the church should help them if they travel or whatever. They should help them with whatever they need. Jesus also is the one who chooses his evangelists. So you don't get to decide, just like all the other fivefold offices, you don't get to choose to be it. Jesus will choose it for you. Either you're called or you're not.
Welcome to Destiny Road, where we're committed to making a real difference in the fight against human trafficking. We proudly partner with organizations that rescue survivors and provide them with dignified employment opportunities, and also support these brave individuals on their journey to healing.
Our curated collection features crafted items from around the world, handmade jewelry, leather purses, bags, coffee and tea. We also offer books by authors Tiffany and Kirk. You can find their books through Amazon by searching for Tiffany Root.
Thank you for joining us in this important mission. Visit us online at destinyroadstore.com.